You're watching the Kansas City Chiefs Report, powered by Chat Sports. I am your fearless leader, Tyler Jones, here with you. And we are here to project the Kansas City Chiefs depth chart for how things will stack up when they take on the Baltimore Ravens coming up in just a week from right now. We'll go over the offense, the defense, the special teams. I'll give you my takeaways as well. All that and more coming up in just a few moments. I want to set a record today, folks. I want to see if we can get more subscribers on this video than we ever have before. The most subs we've ever added on a single video here on the channel is 260. I want to add at a minimum 300 new subscribers to the channel today. Can we make that happen? Here's why you should subscribe to the Chiefs Report. We're bringing you daily Chiefs coverage you won't find anywhere else. Live shows every week. Watch parties for most games this season. Q&A mailbags. We are the most interactive Chiefs channel on the internet. If you love the Kansas City Chiefs, this is the channel for you. Subscribe now for free, youtube.com/ChiefsTV, and we'll get started with today's show. Let's begin with the quarterback room. Patrick Mahomes, QB1, Carson Wentz, QB2, as they are the only two quarterbacks on the roster at the moment for the Kansas City Chiefs. I think Patrick Mahomes is going to have a fantastic season. He's got more weapons around him than he's had in quite some time. He's motivated. He's fired up, looking for that third straight Super Bowl. I think he gets back to MVP form this season. Carson Wentz, I think, is a more than capable backup. If, for whatever reason, he needs to come in, I think he'll do just fine. The backfield for Kansas City. Some changes from where this was at just a few weeks ago. Pacheco remains your RB1. Edwards-Helaire, your RB2. And welcome to Kansas City, Samaje Perine. I'm wearing the KU shirt, and I'll be honest, it hurts to see Samaje there because he set the NCAA rushing record against my Jayhawks with over 420 yards when he was at the University of Oklahoma. But welcome to town. We saw the Chiefs struggle to stop him when he was with the Cincinnati Bengals a couple of years ago. He'll be your RB3. He's still in his 20s, but he looks like he's 45. And then Carson Steele, the breakout player for the Chiefs in the preseason, was unbelievable. He's going to play a hybrid role at running back and at fullback. And I'm excited to see what Carson Steele can potentially bring to the table here as a secret weapon. And I saw something from Caesars that had odds for Carson Steele of an anytime touchdown week one against Baltimore at plus 1,800. You got to jump on that bet. If you're a bettor, that's some potential big money that you could make. As somebody that grew up watching Wheel of Fortune, big money, big money. I'm looking out for y'all. Get your big money bets on Carson Steele to potentially get a touchdown week one. I love how this group ended up because we didn't know, right? We saw Deneric Prince have a very good training camp. Carson Steele just really came out of left field. And then Samaje Perine getting out of the mix. I think this is a pretty good backfield. I'm a little skeptical of how Clyde's going to look, but Pacheco is so good that I think you got some really good options there for Andy to work with. Not to mention, he doesn't even like to run the football anyway. And you got guys that can get the job done. I think you're going to like what you see from that backfield. The wide receiver room for Kansas City. This has undergone some changes as well. No Kadarius Toney. He's gone, along with a number of other guys that were moved. Xavier Worthy checks in, the rookie from the University of Texas, at the left wide receiver spot. Hollywood Brown at the right wide receiver spot. A little Red River shootout going on between those two. But, of course, Marquise is banged up right now. Hopefully he returns soon. And then Rashee Rice will be your slot receiver. Skyy Moore, Justin Watson, JuJu Smith-Schuster, and Mecole Hardman backing those guys up. This group is a lot better than what the mainstream media has given them credit for. Every day, folks, I'm reading on the interwebs about how the Chiefs need to go out there and go make a trade for another receiver. And I'm sitting here saying to myself, did you see what Mahomes did the last two seasons with his receiving cores? And they still won Super Bowls. This group is a lot better than those two groups. And I think it's going to pay off. I think that Hollywood, when he gets healthy, is going to be great. I think Xavier Worthy is going to be awesome. I think Rashee Rice is going to have another good year. This receiver room is being slept on, and I think you're going to like the results. Grade the Chiefs depth chart, A, B, C, D, or F. Whip out your red pen. What do you think of this group entering 2024? Weigh in the comment section. Let us know what you think. Next up, let's go to the tight end room that has also undergone some changes. As Travis Kelce is your tight end 1. Big shock with Noah Gray as your tight end 2. I like what I've seen from Noah Gray. Meanwhile, Jared Wiley is backing up Kelce and Gray. And then Peyton Hendershot, who they just traded from the Dallas Cowboys. Not a ton of production. I don't know what to expect from Hendershot. But I think with Gray and Wiley, you have the flexibility to do some 2 tight end looks, some 12 personnel. Haven't seen the Chiefs do a ton of that in recent memory. But Wiley, I think, is going to impress. If he gets more opportunity, I think he's got a decent shot to pass up Gray on the depth chart sooner than later this season. The offensive line for Kansas City, the much-discussed offensive line. Kingsley, your starting left tackle. A rookie starting at left tackle, a second-rounder. That's going to be interesting. Joe Thuney's back at left guard. Creed Humphrey, the best center in the NFL, he's got a new contract. Pretty exciting for him. Trey Smith still waiting to get paid. He's your starting right guard. Jawan Taylor's your starting right tackle. And then Wanya Morris, among others there, backing those guys up. 10 deep there on the O-line. Now, starting a rookie, even as good as Kingsley's played. And I think I've been the biggest Kingsley fan of anybody out there on the internet. In fact, I hear from you guys in the comments section, man, Tyler just keeps bumping up Kingsley so much. But he deserves it. He's been fantastic. I think he's going to be a great fit. It's still a bold move to start a rookie left tackle. But even with the question marks you may have on the offensive line, the thing I think we can sit here and say to ourselves of why we feel pretty good about this group is that interior. That interior offensive line is about as good as you can realistically ask for in today's NFL. And Creed Humphrey, remember, he was taking some snaps at guard in training camp. I don't think they're moving him to guard by any stretch. But I think they have some stuff in mind, similar to what Jason Kelce did in Philadelphia, of pulling the center and making him more flexible. I think you're going to see some of that with Creed Humphrey and have a great season. Let's talk defense now. And the defense includes Karlaftis, Jones, Noddy, Mike Dana, along with King Felix, and among others in that group there. And you don't have Charles Omenihu to start the season. He's on the PUP list. But I'm very intrigued to see, what do we get out of King Felix? How does he come along? And can he be an impact player? He had a great training camp. Didn't play that great in the preseason. I want to see what's he made of. Can he finally put it together and show me something? Show me anything. Because if he does, that changes everything for this defensive line. What's your confidence level in the Chiefs' defense right now? What do you think of what Spags has put together here? Scale it for me 1 through 10 in the comment section. Let us know what you think. Got a great deal we're offering Chiefs fans right now. Xavier Worthy jerseys on sale now at chatsports.com/Worthy. Got the home jersey, got the road jersey, men's and women's options, all different shapes and sizes. And still time to get this before the start of the NFL season, folks. Free shipping available. Go to chatsports.com/Worthy. He is worthy of you buying his jersey. Get yours now at chatsports.com/Worthy. The link is in the comments and description of today's video. The linebacker room, tranquil. Bolton, Chanel, as well as Jones and others in that group. I think Drew is going to be better than what he's given credit for. I think Nick Bolton's going to take a step forward. I expect him to get paid here pretty soon as well. He's put an emphasis on creating turnovers. I think that there's no reason why Bolton can't be a Pro Bowl caliber linebacker this year. The corner room looks a bit different. No more L'Jarius Sneed. Trent McDuffie moves from the nickel to the full-time outside corner role with Johnson and Connor and a few other guys in the mix there. McDuffie is going to be asked to do a lot with the departure of Sneed. But think about this. Remember that first Super Bowl the Chiefs won in this Mahomes era? The corner room wasn't that great back then. They made up for it with how well they got after the quarterback, with their pass rushers, with those guys that made life a lot easier on the secondary. You had McDuffie there, but I'm not as concerned as what some people are because you're so good everywhere else. And with the safety room we'll talk about here in a moment, you're going to be able to cover some things for that corner room with the lack thereof, if you will. The safety room Justin Reed is back. Brian Cook is there, and Jaden Hicks. I got to tell you, I love me some Jaden Hicks. He was fantastic this preseason. I expect the Chiefs to be able to play some 3 safety looks at times with Hicks as another option there. Special teams, America's kicker, Harrison Butker, the most accurate kicker in the NFL last season. He is back. He got paid. Matt Isaac comes in, known as the punt god. A little sacrilegious, but we'll roll with it, I guess. He is going to be a difference maker. Hopefully we don't see a ton of him. And then, meanwhile, the punt return coverage, got Xavier Worthy, Mecole Hardman, both out there. Mecole Hardman going to be involved in kick returns as well. Who is a breakout player for the Chiefs this season? If you had to give me one, who would it be and why? Name them in the comments section. Thanks for joining us here this edition of the Chiefs Report. Subscribe now if you love the Kansas City Chiefs, and we'll see you next time here on the channel.